What is up, fam? Welcome to another haunted adventure, a very, very different and unique video that I have for you today. Some of you had joined me on this live adventure probably a couple of weeks back. I went to Long Beach and I went to one of my very, very favorite places. A lot of you know that I've done several videos at the Queen Mary, but what made this video that I'm about to show you so unique, ever since all the shutdowns because of the coronavirus, the Queen Mary has been closed, and that's since March. So I had some friends rent out the entire ship. Friends set up cameras all over the ship, and we decided to do an investigation on the most haunted room of the Queen Mary, room B340.
Can you touch another one of the cat balls? Perhaps the one
So I'm inside room B340 and we're gonna do something that I've never personally seen done. It's called the Estes, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Estes method, which was developed in Estes Park at the Stanley Hotel. I've stayed there before, did a video there. It's a little bit different because we're in the Queen Mary. The way this method works is Chris, which is right over there, she's gonna be putting headphones on. Are they noise canceling? Yeah. So you can't hear nothing. And she's going to be completely blindfolded listening to this spirit box. We're going to be asking questions that Chris has no recollection. She's not going to be able to hear these questions, and she'll be just spitting out whatever she's hearing through the spirit box. Never seen this done before. This is actually pretty different. Got JoJo here with me. What's up, JoJo?
What's happening, man?
Kiss FM.
I've never seen this method either. This is pretty wild.
Got the camera crew here. We're doing a live stream. You ever play with a Ouija board?
Sometimes it's worked, sometimes it hasn't, but it's always been... Yeah, it gets people going to bring up the Ouija board. So many, warnings of, let's see, got to close it out. So many rules. So many, it can be dangerous to my understanding. Have you? Yeah, I was 14 and I brought something back home with me. No kidding. When I was a teenager, so I haven't touched it since. Yeah, I think if you don't close it out properly, then they can open a whole can of worms. I don't know if these stories are true or not, but they've called me on the radio, they throw them away, burned them. Next morning, it's right there. It's back. So we just confirmed Chris put the headphones on and she can't hear anything. But yeah, last time I messed with one of these, I was just burning it and my whole backyard caught on fire a week later. I don't know if there was a connection to it, but it was bad. It was really bad. You remember that? Yeah, it was crazy. And then somebody brought it to my attention that you burned a Ouija board. And I'm talking about acres. We were having a drought, having a serious problem in Florida. But yeah, I feel like it was connected. Burned a Ouija board and then my whole... Yeah, they say you're supposed to separate it in 7 pieces or something, and then I heard that. Okay.
And then bury it.
Bury it underground so it can't ever get into anyone's hands or release the energy.
Sounds like the Dubik box. Don't.
Yeah.
I've heard one lady call me and told me a story about. She had a very unique spelling to her name, like AIMEE, something that wasn't the norm. But she goes to a flea market and she sees a Ouija board. She buys it, she gets to the car, she opens it up, and on the back side of the Ouija board was her name spelled in that very unique way. And that freaked her out.
That's a very rare way to spell Amy, too. I only know 2 Amy's that spelled their name out.
That may not have been the name, but it was something really
unique. Okay. And
it's just, you hear stories like that all the time about the Ouija board, and who knows, I'm not sure if they were all true. I mean, anybody can call me and lie to me, but some of those stories are just wild. One guy said they had a Ouija board, and they were in some graveyard, and it's 2 kids and a mom, and the mom got her hands stuck to her hands. And I don't understand that story, but if it was true, that's one of the more bizarre things I've heard.
Do you feel any energy? This looks like a pretty seasoned Ouija board.
Yeah. You used this Ouija board, Aiden, right?
Yeah.
What's been your strangest experience with it, if any?
Nothing off the board.
Nothing, okay.
Yeah, we haven't anything back from the board. We haven't had that board for that long, though. That got sent to me about 2 months, maybe 3 months ago. So
it's pretty new.
Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to room B340, historically the most haunted room on the ship, but if you just watched the package now you know kind of the story behind some of those hauntings. I can only imagine what it would have been like to stay in this room when the animatronics were still here and nobody knew about it, when you would just come in and think you were renting a room in Long Beach for the night and suddenly, closets were slamming and there was rapping in the the walls.
I had no idea that Disney had animatronics and they set up this room as a haunted room. Now, when Disney finished this attraction on the Queen Mary, they left a lot of the animatronics and things that were, you know, still there in the walls. People were running out of this place, I mean, just really thinking that it was haunted. Now, the Queen Mary staff went in and removed every single thing. I believe they stripped down the walls and they took every single thing that Disney had put inside of this room. But then something crazy happened after that. The room still had activity.
What is crazy though is after all of that stuff was removed, people started to come and investigate and things started happening. If you were watching the live feed just a moment ago, we were kind of in here getting set up, getting ready to go. Chris, we're going to do a Estes session, and we laid out a couple of K2s. We laid out some cat balls. So the cat balls are like the cheapest thing in the world off of Amazon. But what's cool to me about them is they require physical contact. Like you have to touch them to get a reaction. And when Colin came into the room, he stood here for a moment, and then he moved over to the couch with Jojo and Omar, and as he walked by, the cat ball on the very far corner went off. He sat down, and then we asked him if, like, did you bump the thing as you went by? And there was, you know, he hadn't, and then it went off again. And when we told Chris about it, she had her eyes closed when it happened. She was saying that she was actually reaching out into the room and kind of saying, hey, if there's somebody here, can you light up? She was trying to get a couple of K2s to go on.
That's so trippy.
So it's trippy that we already had that interaction just right before we went live. Just so you guys are familiar with what's in the room, if it's new to you, we do have a Tesla antenna running back here. There are the cat balls on the bench. We're going to do the Estes method for a little while and see if anybody wants to talk to us. But we also laid out 2 K2 meters in the room. Now, that being said, there's a production crew, there's cameras, and there's sound people. We're also right on the wharf of Long Beach, and right next to us is an airport, and there is the Coast Guard, and there's law enforcement that goes by here all the time. I bring all this up very simply because there's a lot of radio signal that is flying around the ship and through the ship right now. And what you can see on the K2 meters is a steady green light on both of them. I'm going to ask one of the cameramen in a moment to key their microphone. And when they do, you're going to see these things just go crazy. They're going to light up. I want you to see what that looks like on the camera at home so that you guys have a knowledge of what the K2's reacting look like to normal radio signals. So can you key for me? So when he keys the mic, you're going to see it kind of go a little bit crazy. So both of them get a little wonky. So while you're monitoring the feed at home, if we leave the K2s out and on, if at any time you see both of them going like that, it's probably not something paranormal. It's probably just radio signal. That's all it is. That's what they're designed to find. They're not designed to find ghosts. That's not what their purpose is in life. Their purpose is to find electrical current. And they do it really, really well. They pick up EMF, they pick up radio waves. What we're going to look for tonight is individual contact, because these 2 K2 meters are very close in proximity. So anything that touches one should touch the other. The variance might be a little bit different, but while we're in the room, we're going to ask for deliberate interaction. If we do get interaction like you were asking for contact, we're going to specifically say, hey, can you touch the one on the right? Can you touch the one on the left? And see what we can get. To start off with, though, we're going to dive into the Estes session. Chris has done one before. The lads on the couch have not. So for those of you at home, if you've never seen it before, it was developed at the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado, and it was created by Carl Pfeiffer and Connor Randall. You'll recognize those names from Hellier that you can find on Amazon Prime. And their other investigator was a young woman named Michelle Tate, and they wanted to do spirit box sessions that were more isolated, that would be a little more controlled. So the Estes method takes one subject and completely isolates them from the room. Chris is about to put on some Vic Firth sound isolating headphones. It's what a drummer uses in the studio. Once she puts those on, she will be deaf to everyone else in the room. She won't be able to hear us. She can't hear any of the questions that Jojo or Omar ask, or Colin ask, or I ask. All she can hear is an SB7 spirit box that's running in her head, and anything that she can make out, she's going to say. She may hear something, she may not, we don't know. She'll also be wearing a sleeping mask, and that'll blind her to the room. So if we want to do a visual experiment, they might say, how many fingers am I holding up? And we'll see if we can get a positive response from that. So.
Is that thing spiking because
It
of
is.
the radio or what?
No,
That's
No,
not
it's
the
just
2.
a flicker.
it was just the one.
Happened right when she put the stuff on too.
It does again.
Oh,
There it goes. Look at that. That one's going off and that one isn't.
that's trippy.
Are you touching this box here?
I hear a woman's voice.
Ooh. I just got goosebumps.
Creepy, man.
If you're touching that little box, thank you. It shouldn't hurt you, but if you touch it, I think that's what allows us to see you, to know you're here. It's okay if you touch it.
Do you live here?
That sounds like singing, like a light humming.
Do you like music? Is there someone here who likes music?
If you're a woman, could you say a word, maybe yes, something to confirm that?
I realize there's not much other than the woman's voice.
Any word would be acceptable at this point.
Again, it's not to make you do tricks or to test you. It's just to say hello. And to know if someone's here with us tonight.
Did you miss having company in this room? No, it's been empty for a long time. We're here to visit.
I don't hear anything.
I'm going to tap Chris on her boot.
Sorry.
I should have told you that because it can be startling. That's how we'll wake you up,
Oh,
is to tap you. What I have found is sometimes if you hold the spirit box and hold the antenna, that kind of connects you more to the device.
Okay.
And sometimes moving it, like rabbit ears trying to find a signal, sometimes you'll find a difference.
Yeah.
I think we started off with it in AM or FM, but let's switch signals and see if maybe you hear better in a different field. So
No.
okay.
I was asking in my head,
What did you ask?
I asked if whatever was in here was tapping.
And she said no.
Yeah.
Is anyone angry that we are here?
Oh, look at that.
You're still getting.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, there it goes.
I heard a man's voice as soon as I turned this on. At first I thought it said Ted. It sounded like it said Ted. It was like a very deep male voice.
Is there someone in TED with us this evening? It won't hurt you. I just want to talk to you.
Oh, oh, that was the radio. Was it?
No, it was only that
What was
one.
that?
Red.
Oh
Look,
my
look,
God.
look, look. It's only that
To your
one.
right?
To my right, that was lighting up.
Oh.
Oh, look, 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 look.
Who are you?
That one's not lighting up at all.
I'm Aiden.
I never seen it light up like that.
I'm Aiden, and that's JoJo,
It almost like broke.
Omar, and Colin.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
What's your name?
What?
What?
She just repeated what he said.
Oh.
Chris's response was crazy because we had just finished asking, "What's your name?" And right after, she responds with, "What's your name?" And no one even caught it. It took me a second, but then when I caught it and I explained it to everybody, they were like, "Wait a minute, she can't hear us. She can't see us."
Ooh, that was weird.
She just repeated
Did
what
one
he
of you
said.
just
I
laugh?
didn't even notice that.
I just heard someone laugh.
That's
Dude.
creepy as f-
My name's Aiden, and thank you for that. Can you touch that box?
Oh, that one's.
How long have you been here?
Oh, look at that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Can you climb on the bed with her?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Sounds
Oh,
like like someone yelling, a very deep, manly voice yelling.
What?
Thank you. Thank you for touching that.
Keeps touching it.
That's nuts.
Do you like that?
What the hell?
He's there.
Okay, I see you.
It's
Come up.
all stuff, dude.
I got goosebumps.
Where do you want to come up to? Do you want to come up on the
Or
bed?
maybe that said the stairs.
Dude, right when you said
Yeah.
on the bed, this thing is going crazy like it's coming up. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna climb up on the bed.
Are you friendly?
Ted. Ted or Dad or...
Both at the same time. Didn't she say Ted before too?
She did. Do you like being in here, Ted?
He has her.
He has her.
Who has it?
Is there more than one person in here, or just Ted?
Ted, why are you here? Is there any specific reason?
Can you touch another one of the cat balls? Perhaps the one in...
Likes that one.
Like that one, yeah.
That's crazy right when you asked though.
Very faint sound, voices. I don't know what they're saying. Sounds like multiple people talking at once.
Okay. Is there more than one person here that I can't see? Chris is listening very carefully on the radio. Can you tell her how many people are in this room?
One.
Thank you.
What?
Are you a man? Are you a woman?
Ooh, that sounded like a little girl.
Oh.
Are you a little girl?
I don't know what she was saying. It just sounded like a little girl.
What's your name, little girl? Is your name Dana?
Down. I heard it again. She said down.
What?
Is there somebody being held on a different floor of the ship? I know you said he has her. Does someone have the little girl?
The camera.
What about the camera?
Yes, said yeah.
You can see
He
the
has
cameras
her?
in the room. They're not going to hurt you.
Maybe she's responding to you saying
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's weird.
it's like she was being held captive or something.
Yeah.
Did you touch that other box?
Can't tell what that just said. It was a full voice. Did something just move over here? I just felt the bed shake.
Oh, we did ask for it to go on the bed with her.
Oh,
Are you on the bed with Chris right now? Oh, look at that.
Full.
If you're on the bed with Chris, why don't you light up the side that you're on? Is it the left or the right? Oh my
Dude,
gosh.
No way.
Thank you for that.
They're outside.
They're outside?
Who's outside? I'm going to tap out.
Somebody.
I'm going to tap Chris on the boot in a moment and lift her up. Because it's not good to listen to that for very long.
I think she's enjoying it.
She's doing really well. Who's outside? something I forgot to tell you about with Estes is it's trance-inducing. When you put the headphones on, you get in this rhythm, and you kind of start to lose sense of time and space. Like it's sense deprivation. So we try not to leave anybody in the headphones for more than 15 minutes at a shot, because it kind of messes with your reality a little bit when you take
How long has she been?
She's been about 10 minutes now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is my friend Chris in any kind of danger?
Not hearing anything.
I just got thought.
I don't know.
Well, it's trippy that that's the one that lights up, and then that meter's the one that was
What
going
was that?
crazy when it's
That was me.
Sorry. What was that?
That was good. That was me. I just stomped my foot.
Oh,
Are you okay?
yeah, no, I'm fine. It's just that the bed shook.
We asked something to come on the bed with you.
They asked somebody to sit on the bed with you, and that lit up.
Oh my god.
Did it feel like that side when
Pretty solid.
somebody sat right there, or which side did it sit on?
The bed shook and it was coming from this direction.
Yeah.
Also, at one point, someone asked what their name was, and you literally said, like, word for word. Someone was like, "What is your name?" And then you said, "What is your name?"
Yeah.
Like, instantly.
Yeah, he said, "What is your name?" And you said, "What is your name?" right after.
Right
That
after.
was trippy.
And we didn't think anything of it. We
No.
thought it was, and then we're like, "Wait a minute, she can't hear what he's saying."
No, I can't hear it at all.
What did the little girl sound like? You mentioned a little girl, or
So it
Oh,
was
that's nuts. I mean, like it's like I gotta kick the hell out of it.
So that's when I
See,
said
Aiden
something
has to
about
kick that.
something on the bed.
Yeah.
That went off.
That went off, and both of these went
Like
off.
in order
First,
for
this
that
one went
ball
off,
light
and
to
you
go
said
on.
it's on your right side, and that's their right. And then you said it's a camera, and that's when Omar was picking up his
Oh
camera.
my god.
Yeah.
So crazy. I felt like they were like pointing out that like,
Yeah.
hey, what is that? That's a camera.
the little cat balls. Only that one goes off.
Yeah.
The other two haven't.
So
Just that one.
here's the thing with that cat ball. There's a couple of things. I'm not going to be super invested that that's paranormal because these come from China and they cost like nothing. And sometimes they're bad. You know, like sometimes they just don't turn off. Sometimes they don't turn on. So what I want to do is we'll switch somebody out, but let's switch the balls and move the ball to a different position.
His hand was over the...
You know what I mean? And
Okay.
if that ball's still going off and it's doing the same thing in a different position, it's probably the ball. But if we put those two haven't been doing anything. If we
That
put
just
one of
went
those
off.
over there and
That just went off.
we've been getting out of bed.
Yeah, and then that one would go off, and that one wouldn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just that one faintly.
And then I had asked, "What side of the bed are you on?" And then that one started going off.
Like,
I think it
super
went full
strong.
bed and stayed there for a minute.
Did anything else I said like did
There's plenty
I
of
think
weird
a couple of things
correlations.
it was
So-
very unusual. I heard a little girl and then
I'm sorry, I should open up the chat so we can have the chat open.
I-
You guys are probably like, we saw stuff, and
Oh yeah.
So as soon as these headphones went on, it was either saying Ted or then I started to think I heard a little girl and I'm like, I wonder if she was saying dad.
Oh, Dad.
Yeah.
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 You did say that once, yeah. We hung on Ted for a second. I think we were asking if it was Ted and whatnot. And
yeah.
So when you rent out room B340, it comes with this.
Hold on, we'll press play.
See that?
So she presses play.
This is the actual Ouija board
Song
from
starts playing over Bluetooth.
in here. I don't know if it was the same one,
And in the middle,
but I have this moving
K2.
on a
The
video
song starts playing K2.
in the middle of the night. Was it because the ship moved? Possibly. I just found out today from Aiden, because I always thought that the Queen Mary was
She can't hear
on a solid structure,
no idea music.
permanently docked. Like, it is permanently docked, however, it's still floating. It can go up and down with the tides, so quite possible that maybe it moved. I don't know.
Okay, what's up, guys? It's not Aiden anymore. It's Omar and I. We're going to be running the session here in the haunted room, the most haunted, supposedly. We've got another round of the experiment setup that we just did here. JoJo is going to be going under the gun, or the knife, whatever the hell that saying is.
This is JoJo's very first time, so let's give him a round of applause here.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
silent applause from the
Yeah.
audience.
How you feeling, JoJo?
I'm feeling good. I put the headphones on, just trying to get used to them. I started to hear words being spit out just a few moments ago. I don't know what it was reacting to, or so I think this could be rather lively,
Oh,
just
wow.
based on just that. So I'm not sure what that means. Maybe it means nothing. But.
Well, also as someone that is not like a hardcore paranormal researcher, I feel like you're more likely for these entities to kind of reach out to.
I want to add, too, that while we were offline, none of these cat balls were going off, none of these EMF meters were going off at all.
Yeah.
That was only during the time we were reaching out to the spirits, trying to make communication, especially that last ball. That was going off
The
like
one that was
crazy.
going off that was over here is now on the
It's
other.
over there, okay.
That's crazy.
Was not going off.
The center one stayed in the same place, but the two ends flip-flop.
Keep an eye on that while you're
Yeah.
watching at home.
All right, show. You guys ready?
Good luck, buddy.
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Also, to people online, just remember that he can't hear what we're saying out here. Jojo, you there? Can you hear us?
Can you see us, Jojo?
No.
Can't see anything.
Almost hear a humming, like a. Do, 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 do.
Something's singing to him.
Didn't you say someone was singing before?
Yeah, I heard that before.
By the way, once again, to whoever's in here, I didn't actually get to personally say it, but I'm Colin.
I'm Omar.
We once again just would like to talk to you. You can come back out. There's a little girl still here with us.
Light mumbling. I'm not sure if that's you guys, but light mumbling.
Oh, that's going
one
on.
else right there.
That's a huge frequency too.
Wow.
That's huge.
After you asked about the little girl.
Yeah.
Is it the same little girl that was communicating with me?
Like a ah.
Wow.
Are you looking for your dad?
Look at that.
You have to walk again?
Almost like somebody says da da da. I know it's with the pulsating static, but it's da da da
Yeah.
da.
He cannot hear us, guys.
But I really thought I was communicating with a little girl before.
It's almost like she's asking Dada,
What did I
Dada.
say before? Dada. We were
Yeah,
sitting
we
right
were
there.
joking about Dada. Look at that. That one had a little tweak out too. Are you trying to find your father, your Dada, your dad, your daddy?
Jojo's waiting to hear from you. We mean you no harm.
Oh, there it is again.
We just want to talk.
Thank you for communicating with us. Are you the little girl that came through earlier?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's like somebody's chanting, like a chant. That's what that is.
Chant.
Uh-oh.
Are you in trouble?
A party. A party.
It is kind of a party.
Oh yeah, we got neon lights and everything.
Are you excited to see us? We're excited to be here with you and your company.
Oh.
Thank you so much for talking to us using the EMF. Something very, very different about room B340 when the spirits were communicating using these EMF meters. It had this very strange glow, and it was unlike anything I've ever seen before.
Do you need us to find something for you? Help you? Or are you happy in here?
It's a weird chant, as if they're saying dead or maybe Ted again. Ted, Ted, dead, dead.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Dead.
I don't know. Da, da, like an organ or something. Ba, ba.
Is there anybody named Ted in the history of this place?
Not that comes to mind, but we'll look tonight. There were 57 people who lost their life on the ship while she was in service.
Jojo just felt something get in the bed with him. Can you come touch that EMF meter again? Let us. Oh,
Oh my god.
Thank you.
thank you. We know you're on the bed with Jojo. Can you speak to him? He's waiting to hear from you.
We'd like to know who we're communicating with. Is it the little girl? Oh, they're both going on.
They're both going off.
They're both going off. That might be a cell phone.
Might be a false reading.
Can you tell Jojo your favorite color? What's your favorite color?
I think its favorite color is green.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, never mind.
Yellow.
Maybe it's yellow. It's communicating with these EMFs.
I've literally never seen these things hit so much.
A
No.
lady humming something. Da, 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 da. I don't know if she was singing or humming.
I've heard that before too.
I couldn't make that one out, but it's getting kind of busy.
Does singing make you happy?
Whoa, Jesus. Talk to me.
Oh, look at that.
It's almost like it comes and goes, like a bunch of words.
Do you like London bridges?
Wow.
That's just
Okay.
crazy.
Can we go?
Can we go to the London Bridge?
Can we go?
You live in London?
That thing is lighting up so much.
What the hell?
Are you traveling on the ship from London? Wow. That's
Wait.
incredible. That is
Didn't-
so cool.
Were they coming from London to here?
They would go back, and this ship would go from England to New York and New York back to England.
And that's the KGB guy? They were coming from London?
They were coming from the UK. But that's,
Interesting.
one thing doesn't mean the other, but it's open and we're in that area, so it's interesting.
How long has JoJo been?
We should probably give him about another 2 minutes at the most.
Okay.
Because he's been in for a while.
Yeah, he's gonna come out a changed man.
He looks like he's really
If we wake up JoJo, will you hang out in this room and play with us for a little bit? Will you wait for us?
It's filthy. It's
Oh.
filthy.
The room is filthy.
It is dirty. And
Now, remember when I was telling you earlier that the Queen Mary hasn't seen any guests since March? I mean, this is a long time. I mean, I didn't see it to be dirty, but, you know, to some of these spirits that are used to all this staff that are constantly cleaning all day, all night, I'm sure it was a little bit dusty, and I'm sure some of the spirits are pretty upset about that.
very dusty. I'm sorry.
Is there anyone here with you?
Those chants are back again. It's super low in the back, but it's not just the static pulses.
Alistair?
Oh,
That's going on.
How strong that is, dude. Full
it's
right.
like stuck on
all the
red.
way, all the way. Right when you said Alistair.
Honestly, like, that's some really strong energy right there to be able to stay on the red light like that.
Whoa, what
I've
the hell?
never seen it
Hey,
do
look,
that.
that one wasn't even.
Look at
You're
that.
you're a strong guy, aren't you?
I just got like chills, kind of.
I think we are.
I could feel something now.
You can
It's
go.
almost like they're saying die, die, die.
What?
Yeah, there's something.
They were saying that earlier, but I didn't want to repeat that. But
Whoa.
that is.
Just for sure.
That's freaky.
Maybe they're not. I don't know.
Hello, Alistair. Alistair, were you pretending tonight? Were you pretending to be a child?
Is there really a child here with us? A little girl?
Maybe they're just going da da da. That is odd.
Very interesting. 'Cause
You can speak with us, Mr. Crowley. That's you. All you have to do is say hello.
Alistair, did you take over this room? Did you kick everybody else out? Oh my gosh.
Oh, that one's gonna go to red too.
So, you made everybody else leave.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Almost singy, but uh-oh.
That wasn't very nice of you.
Maybe the man the whole time has been some form of
Right.
Crowley.
So that's one of the things that we've experienced in the ship, is like we'll start to have these interactions that seem innocent and fun, and then he shows up. We've kind of learned over 2 years that sometimes when he wants attention, he'll mimic other things.
Should I get him out of here?
Yes, we'll give him a tap.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Figure you needed a break, man.
And he does it to Becca a lot. So he said that he knows, like,
Were you like really into it there?
some nights we think
I was
we're
trying to
talking
really
about Skylark,
get
and then
sucked
he'll
into
make
it,
a
and it
mistake,
really-
he'll say something that he shouldn't.
You hear the pulsating, of course, with the static.
All right.
And part of it, you hear the pulsating, and then it drops down. Then you start hearing the chants of, almost like they're just trying to drive you crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
And I thought they were saying Ted, or but at first they're not saying die, die, die. I don't think that was it, but that's kind of what, they might have been it. You know, I just didn't want to jump to a conclusion and try to be over dramatic with that. But
Well, there's also a German presence that's here. He may have been getting responses in that way, which just hit me as well.
Yeah.
what about the welcome to?
That was trippy.
Yeah.
But we
Yes.
also we called out, just we're getting interactions that looked like a child, so we were getting positive responses on that. The K2s were going off a lot. The balls haven't gone off again since you moved.
No,
it.
really.
Which tells me if the ball was crappy, if it was just a bad ball, it wouldn't matter if it was on that side or this side. It would still keep going and doing what it was doing. And those take physical contact. The cameras don't affect them. But at the end of it, it got a little weird, so I just asked if I just called out Alistair, and that thing went full red and then stayed red for a few seconds.
Yeah,
I
it
really
was
did.
really strong energy, so I
So-
think that was an indicator of his presence.
And you said the German thing earlier.
Yeah, and well, then you said die, die, die. So
What is that? I don't know.
what is die in German?
German, I forget, but let me look it up.
Isn't that a number?
But it's also that
It
you.
is.
Probably.
Yeah, it is.
It's also a repetition of 3 times. So, so that's a Crowley thing.
Right.
It wasn't once. It was.
You could hear the.
It's the.
Yeah, it's
The-
that, right?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
So we're.
That's what they're done.
And that was right at the Alistair time. We're like Alistair, and then we're like die, die, die right after that. All we had. And it was full red.
That must have been
Yeah.
wild to pair those two together.
It's a little trippy.
Those things aren't even going off anymore.
Instantly, look at that.
So those were going off on a.
Oh yeah.
Crazy. Pretty much the entire time.
So
And not camera hits, but just they were going.
Like crazy.
No, they were going off.
yeah.
Full red.
Can you light one of the bowls up?
Can you touch one of the balls for us? They're there for you to play with if you'd like.
Afraid.
Are you
Okay.
afraid to touch them?
But it's like song like afraid.
Don't be afraid. We mean you no harm. We thank you for allowing us to be here in your space.
What's the easiest thing in the room for you to talk to us with?
In general, winning.
In general,
Whoa.
women?
Like someone said,
In
whoa.
general, woman?
It's easier to talk to Chris?
Did someone just say yep?
I didn't hear that one.
I
Did
did.
you said yep?
Sleeping.
No, I heard it though. I heard it. Yeah.
You heard that too.
I thought it was somebody. I didn't say anything.
You asked if it wants to speak to me. It said yep, and it
Yep.
was a woman's voice, and it said yep.
Oh, you just got like an actual EVP.
Yo, it's disembodied voice.
Except we heard it.
Somebody heard a voice on our live here.
Hopefully you
Oh, they
caught
did.
that on your
You guys hear-
camera, Omar. I don't know
Yeah.
if I was still recording.
I was recording.
Who heard something? What you guys heard?
You're very strong to make a noise like that. Thank you.
On fire.
You are on fire. What kind of spirit are you?
Can you tell Colin
I
your
literally
name?
thought it just said evil. Literally.
I just asked what kind of spirit it was.
Wow.
I just asked what kind of spirit it was. He didn't hear me.
I don't know. I really feel like there's like
With your
multiple-
girl?
I just feel like there's like a few different things.
What about my girl?
I really do. I feel like there's a few different things happening.
I think so too. I think it's also things that are coming in and out.
I believe so too. One is overpowering
That's
the
me.
other.
But you.
Cold on the bed again, too, on this arm. Oh, did you touch me? Someone just touched my hand?
I ain't mess with him.
That was me. Sorry. That was me.
You did?
That was me.
Probably
You
a
did?
good time to take it off.
Okay, that scared the hell out of me.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Good job. Take
Done?
Yeah, you're good. You're
Good job.
That was crazy.
Oh my god.
Isn't that wild? You get kind of sucked into it, don't you? It's shaking.
Very into it.
It's really relaxing to me. It's very trance-inducing. Like you just kind of zone
Yeah,
out and listen
I feel
to
the
it.
same
But
way.
Hey, Colin.
especially when things come up.
About a minute ago, I asked what kind of spirit are you, and you instantly said effing evil.
No way.
Swear.
That was the really clearly like
Yeah.
evil. Like it's like that was like a actual like.
But right before that, we heard a woman say yeah. Like a distant.
Yeah, we all heard it. Colin's experience doing the Estes method was definitely different than the others. He went in head first. I mean, he's done this before. He's very, very seasoned when it comes to the paranormal, but Colin was actually pretty sick after this. We had to go outside and catch some fresh air. Felt very dizzy and sick. I believe something was trying to possess Colin that night.
In the void, in the room, like
That's kind of heavy. I feel.
What did
sick.
you ask? If
Didn't
it
you say-
prefers to speak to
Yeah.
You
women?
get sick? Didn't
Yeah.
you say that? My
That's
stomach
why I don't want to do it.
after that.
Yeah. It happens sometimes
Want
when you
some
do
water.
access because you're kind of
Here, I got you.
you're kind of stepping out of yourself.
Basically, noise.
You did good, man.
You witnessed.
There was a little bit more that I wish that I recorded, but unfortunately, I ran out of battery juice, which is why you're seeing me right now. Thank you so much for watching, and if you were at the live stream, thank you also. It was definitely a unique experience, something that I loved being a part of. Make sure to smash the like button if you haven't already. Check out my friends. Links will be down below in the description. Gotta go for now before we leave. Kids. Peace.